Okay, the next part of talking about being manipulated is after you've meditated for a great long time, many years, and you come to understand patterns of things that happen to you and your body mind, and you come, well, it was my particular experience. I was interacting with a being known as Rumpelstiltskin. That's the only name it gave me. And Rumpelstiltskin, this whatever it was, had the ability to do really weird things to me. This being could prevent me from accessing my own memories. Strange but true. How did I know? Well, because he talked me through it. I basically laugh when, like he would just, the way it would work is that the memory would just be allowed to be sort of, if the words are just at the tip of your tongue, that kind of a feeling that the memories are just beyond your awareness. Just beyond your awareness. And Rumpelstiltskin was controlling whether I was going to get my own memories. So what kind of power is this? Classically, this is talked about as a siddhi power, S-I-D-D-H-I, which is a superpower, a spiritual power described in the Yogic Sutras of Patanjali, which is available on Amazon. So it's known in ancient India that beings got these kind of superpowers. And this Rumpelstiltskin has these superpowers and used them against me. And one way, I suppose, the gift is that he could show me that these powers are real and that, you and your memories can be separated and blocked by other beings who got these powers. So it really sort of belittles you as a human being because it shows you that how fragile we are, I suppose, and that there are other beings who are terribly nasty and somehow have got incredible powers over us. How does it make me feel? Curious, very curious as how this comes to be. It makes me question our reality because when you go through experiences like this, you cannot not question our reality and, what is it that we're experiencing here? In Hawaiian teachings that I went through as a shaman, I was taught that our memories could be used or could be named by the Hawaiian name or the Hawaiian god known as Ku, K-U. So in my Hawaiian shamanic teachings, when you did something over and over, the same repetitive thing, like, riding a bike. When you're first learning to ride a bike, you had to do it a number of times before you got it into your muscle memory. So getting things into your memory is called getting things into your Ku. And your Ku is your database of things that you have learned. Now, beings like Rumpelstiltskin can do what he called Ku sitting. In other words, I'm going to sit on your memory banks and not block your access to them. And he could, and he did. And then I found out there was quite a number of beings who had access to this special power of being able to block my memories. And they called themselves the League of Ku Sitters. So what does this mean for all of us? It means that all the science that we've been taught about through the years, through high school and university, is wrong. It's completely wrong, and all the science has been barking up the wrong trees because it's always looking for answers in the physicality. Rumpelstiltskin has never appeared to me in a physical form, but by telepathy, I know it's a real being. So that just tells you that studying physicality is not going to explain what we are as humans, as beings, and what other beings are. Consciousness studies is a very good way to get to this kind of information. And to study consciousness, Dr. David R. Hawkins used muscle testing. And in addition to having my memories blocked by beings like Rumpelstiltskin, my ability to use muscle testing has been disabled by these beings. What is their agenda? They won't tell me. What do I think their agenda is? I think they're malevolent beings. In other words, they're beings who get a lot of ego pride over having their superpowers over me and other humans. So I would tell you that these beasties are of what's known as the lower astral, which is a place where nasty beings go. And a lot of these nasty beings, I don't know how you would get spiritual powers and still be in the lower astral, because you have a very low vibration there. So it makes me question all the ideas, because in order to get these spiritual powers, you have to have a certain vibration. So, I mean, it throws a monkey wrench in all the metaphysical theory. The other idea is that they've got some kind of technology to use on human beings, scalar waves or Tesla waves, that affects our physicality. I can't tell you because I don't have the ability to muscle test as I once did. But if you want to learn muscle testing, there's plenty of information on YouTube, examples of how to do muscle testing yourself. And so anyway, that's all I want to let you know, is if you want to really find out what's going on in your world, etc., etc., learn how to muscle test and start asking yourself questions. And the reason you use muscle testing is because your body is alive. And Dr. John Diamond, who is a chiropractor who wrote the book Your Body Doesn't Lie, explains it that way. It's like your body is alive and it will tell you the truth. The caveat is that other beings that have got these superpowers can give you wrong answers. TheHoodedSage.com, Chris Krepchik and Stuart Wilde, the great metaphysical teacher, called these things ghouls. Ghoul feeds are incorrect information from the ghouls. So we live in a difficult place, because even when you've got a tool like muscle testing, chiropractors use it to test for things like allergies. But even these tools can be interfered with by beings who have got these unknown powers over us. So, if you watch Star Trek, I think you get a pretty good idea, because they meet some of these very fascinating beings who have got these superpowers that are just incomprehensible, in everyday life here on planet Earth, and things that are not talked about at all in our high school science or our university science. So if you really want to get a feeling of most likely what's more true, what you learn at school or what you want to learn in sci-fi, I would go with sci-fi, and I would watch Star Trek, the original series and the following series. I think you get a much better truth there, surprisingly enough, than you do from your public high school. I'm Jokey McFlokey, and this has been a comedy act.